Hey guys, tonight we are going to make a side dish of baked cabbage. And I make it a little bit different than I've seen it made before. So it's actually my husband's family's recipe and I just kind of tweaked it to be my own. I have a whole head of cabbage diced up over here. I've got red, yellow, orange peppers and an onion diced up over here. I've got some bacon that is, I've chopped up into pieces and I've got it cooking to kind of help render the fat. So what I want to do, I did put a little coat of nonstick cooking spray on my aluminum pan. I'm going to go ahead and kind of start layering this till I fill my pan. I may not use all of this cabbage. What I'm going to do is I am going to add this bacon to my pan. I went ahead and cooked out a lot of the grease, but I want the grease flavor to season the cabbage. So I'm going to put a little bit of the grease in here. And I'm going to go ahead and put it all in there because there's so much cabbage in there. The reason why I cook up my bacon first is because this cooks with the aluminum foil on and it never browns up. And I don't think it looks as appetizing with that raw look of bacon, even though it's done. So I'm just gonna kind of spread this around everywhere. I'm going to put butter on the top. I have taken a stick of butter and just cut it into different little pads. You may not need a whole stick, but I just went ahead and cut it up in case I did. You'll notice that we did not add any liquid to this. So the grease and the butter and some seasonings that we're gonna put on here is what's gonna season all this cabbage. You're gonna add some salt. I would be careful with the salt due to I have salted butter and there's salt in the bacon, but I'm gonna go ahead and just add just a little bit. Your guests can always add more. Pepper. And then we're gonna add some garlic powder. We are going to cover this with aluminum foil and get it in a 400-degree oven. Depending on how much cabbage you're cooking, it will cook somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. You want to cook it until your vegetables are your preference of tenderness. My husband likes things pretty tender, so we'll probably go the full hour. We took the lid off and tried it, and my husband wanted to have it cook a little bit longer. So it has now been in the oven for a total of 1 hour and 15 minutes. All right, guys, I have my cabbage plated up. This is our baked cabbage, and then this is barbecue chicken that I just did in the crock pot. I'll link the short that I did to show how I put that chicken together in the description box below. So this is what's for dinner tonight: baked cabbage and barbecue chicken. Guys, so we're gonna deviate from the meal plan this evening. I had on the meal plan copycat Taco Bell recipe. My husband and I were at dinner the other night and we were sitting down and we were chatting and we were talking about old things that used to be on the Taco Bell menu. And he said that he used to love the Taco Bell enchiladas. I think I'm saying that correctly. And so I looked them up and I was like, okay, I can make those. So then I started thinking about it and I was like, my husband doesn't like beans. And so I ran it by him and he said, no, he doesn't want an enchilada. He would just rather do enchiladas tonight. So we're not gonna have the Taco Bell recipe, copycat recipe. We're gonna do beef enchiladas instead. You saw that my hamburger was cooking. I'm gonna get that seasoned up with taco seasoning. I've got my flour tortilla pads. I've got my beef enchilada sauce, and I've got my Mexi blend cheese. So we're gonna go ahead once the hamburger's done and get these assembled. My oven is preheating on 350 degrees. cooking station set up. I've got my casserole dish. I've sprayed this with non-stick cooking spray for easy cleanup. My taco seasoned hamburger is done. I've got my cheese. I forgot. I'm gonna open up my red sauce and then we're gonna get started. We're gonna start out by adding a little bit of red sauce to the bottom of our casserole dish. I'm gonna talk through one now that you've seen me do a couple. Just gonna add your ground beef to the middle or to the, I usually kind of off center it to the side closest to me. Add some cheese. Roll it tight, seam side down. And I'm gonna keep on going until I have either run out of space in my casserole dish or I've used up all my hamburger. Got my casserole pan completely filled up. Anything that's stuck to my mat, I try to go ahead and just push it on top. I do have quite a bit of hamburger left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this and have a taco salad for lunch. I've got Doritos. I think I've got everything I need to be able to have a taco salad. If there was just a little bit of this left, I would take it and sprinkle it all over the top of my casserole. But I think there's enough there that we can easily have taco salad. All right, so next up, we're going to pour our red sauce all over the top. Next up, we're gonna spread the top with cheese. I like mine extra cheesy, but you do whatever your family prefers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this into the oven. Basically, everything's cooked and it just needs to be heated up. So we're gonna start checking this in about, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes. We'll be looking for that red sauce to be bubbling and our cheese to be melted. While our enchiladas are in the oven, my husband's gonna chop up some green onions. He loves olives. He's gonna cut up a little bit of lettuce, add some sour cream, and some Frank's Red Hots. So he's getting all of his toppings ready for his enchiladas. Our enchiladas just came out of the oven. They are smelling good, of course. The cheese is melted and the red sauce was boiling. So we're gonna kind of let these sit up here just for a little bit so that we can get them out and get everything plated up. And here is dinner tonight at our house. We have beefy enchiladas. My husband has green onions and olives on his with the side of our homemade salsa and sour cream. And that's gonna do it for today's What's for Dinner video. Thank you so much for following along. And don't forget, Jesus loves you. I'll see you in the next one.